have the Omega Ball Women's Invitational playing in the background.
I'm going to ask
Omega.
why.
Omega.
I
What?
think you know why. Omega Ball. It's called Omega Ball. I don't know why. It's because nothing else is on TV.
Do you want to explain what Omega Ball is for those who don't know?
No.
Sounds like a
No.
lottery.
You gotta, if you
Which
want to
is-
know what it is, you gotta look it up yourself. It's not worth my explanation, especially this brand of Omega Ball that I'm watching right now. Very poor.
Is it that one where like 7-foot Russian women stand underneath like a hoop with no backboard?
That's called netball. Was anybody watching basketball last night?
I was, and I left the bar of the Duke during the Duke Houston game at about 4 minutes left in the game because I thought this game's over, and it wasn't. Shame on me. Shame on me.
All-time choke job.
Yeah.
I only saw the screenshots because after UConn lost for the men's, I checked out of the tournament.
That was just so long ago.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's been a while.
Yeah. All right.
I watched both second halves because the first halves don't really matter. But Walter Clayton is that guy. I mean, I know he's 22 years old and he's a little undersized, but he may questionably have a better NBA career than Cooper.
Then
I
who?
agree. Cooper
Yeah,
Flags.
behave. Slow down.
Hey.
Thank God we're a footy pod because no way.
Slow down.
No way.
I wasn't
Well-
agreeing with that. I was going to say I agree that he's that guy, and that like me and every person that's listening to this, could you speak up a little? I can't hear you very well.
Can't hear me?
I thought you were gonna compare him to like Knipple or something, and then you said Flag, and you kind of lost me.
Okay, well he's way
Why
better
does
than
it matter?
Knipple.
Yeah.
Who's the dumbest person you've ever met in your life, Kenny?
That's a great question.
Dude, just tell me.
I can't
number
say
one.
it. I can't say it on air, but they know who they are. But no, season 3, getting this started. 4 out of the 5 make the season opener. Do we want to
5
say
out
where
of the
Mucky
5.
is? there is
The
Marcus.
starting
Come
five
on.
is here. The starting 5.
I don't know if I
Yeah.
should. I don't know if I should let people know, but Mucky isn't here because I sent a link about a week or 2 ago, and there's a dating show for Arsenal fans, and apparently, Mucky's on the market, so he's doing what he can. We're cheering him on.
Do you think any members of the dating show are gonna have to get hamstring surgery, like the rest of Arsenal squad this season?
I mean, it's up there. I feel like there's a chance that there's some type of fitness test required or black magic from Arteta that you need to pass in order to get to the next round.
I think I'd fit in pretty well. You can talk about hamstring issues.
I mean, this is why you need to be right with Mucky. The 2-man on your dating show for Arsenal. Oh my gosh.
A dating
I
show
was-
is me and Mucky Mile.
Lando, have you watched Temptation Island yet on Netflix?
Oh my
No.
gosh.
Kenny, I know you love your
Oh my gosh, reality
dating
TV?
show.
But Smitty told me about this one. Like, I didn't know it was out yet. And then after
Lando,
watching,
it takes a
Temptation
lot for
Island.
me to. Yes. It takes a lot for me to get interested in one of these shows, but this one I was locked in. I recommend it.
Is it?
Kenny will tell you it's good.
Is
It's
it?
one of those reality Bachelorette-esque reality shows or whatever, like where
Yeah.
they put you on an island.
there is an island involved. Yeah.
There is? Okay.
Yeah.
The premise of the show is you go on an island with your significant other, and there's like 15 single ladies and 15 single guys that basically just try to steal your significant other from you. And
Yeah,
some
see, let me
fall.
tell you the problem. Let me tell you the problem I'd have with that kind of show, because it sounds awesome. And while you were describing it, I was like, "This is sweet." But then you said 15 men as well, and absolutely not. No.
But you said there's 15 women too, right?
Yeah, it's both
Yeah.
islands. Both
Yeah,
islands.
but I wouldn't be able to enjoy that part because I'd be in a bush with some binoculars, being like,
Well, do you remember the viral meme of Montoya?
Sure.
That was the Spanish version of Temptation Island when he's just running across the beach, like
Mm,
yeah. No one did that in the U.S. version, but
I see.
Your
Temptation Island.
spoiler alert. Sorry for anyone who.
no one. Yeah, sorry. In case they're wondering, no one did sprint across the island. But I will say on the follow up, because once you're invested, you just have to see what they're doing now post show. I'm looking up people on the gram, and now I'm questioning some of the mutual followers and stuff that I have, because why are they following this person? Why are they
Wow.
liking these photos? And whoever's out there I'm
Yes.
talking about, their photos. Who's ever out there? I got some toxic followers on the gram, man. Unbelievable.
I have
Well,
a few. I have a few
you
ideas
know,
for
Nick,
that.
I'm with you. It takes me a lot to get into those shows just because I think it's all scripted, and I can't believe any of it's actually true.
This one's not scripted. You couldn't write TV this good. Whoever was the director of The Dark Knight couldn't write a script this good.
Really?
This is unbelievable
Dang.
television.
It's great TV.
Some TV critic just rolled over in their grave that you compared a Christopher Nolan film to that of a bunch of reality TV show drama.
I'm not saying him. He's the best at it. I'm just saying he couldn't come up with the blasphemy that I saw
No way.
that was portrayed on the screen. You just couldn't come up with it. You
Delusion
couldn't.
FC.
Speaking of blasphemy on the screen, can we talk about this Manchester derby today? I mean, low intensity. I don't think anyone cared. Is City just done? Like, are they done? I think
I
they're
think
done.
so.
Benny, anything else? Lando, anything?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like as soon as Pep decides that because he's leaving at the end of the season, he's just going to start and play said individual the entire game for
Wait, he's
shits and
leaving?
gigs.
He's talking
He's
about
leaving?
Kevin's gonna play nonstop
Kevin.
now that he's leaving.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm just
okay,
saying, like,
okay.
yeah, like as soon as you're like, you know, you're taking the emotion and now you're making emotional decisions. You know, he's kind of just like, yeah,
Well,
sure.
I'll
I
ask you.
agree, but what other option does he have?
That's okay. That was my question.
I don't know. There might be some truth to that. I'm just saying.
I mean, before we try to talk about the game, because there's not much to talk about, we can probably discuss De Bruyne's legacy in the Prem, because I don't know about you guys, but this guy has been a villain to Liverpool, Arsenal, and anyone who's been entitled like charges or chases for the past 8 years, 9 years. For the hate watchers, I was really happy because I don't want City to keep winning, but his legacy is crazy. If anyone else wants to speak about it,
Yeah, I don't care.
okay.
I drafted him on my Premier League team once, and that was for this season. So, you know, my opinion, legacy, I don't care.
Do you think he's in the greatest 11 for the Prem?
Yes.
No.
No.
Yes.
No.
A quick no.
That's
No.
a very quick
He's
no.
definitely in there.
No.
He's
so.
definitely in there.
Over who?
In the past 10
A
years,
lot of
I
people.
think he's been the best midfielder in the world. And over the past 10 years, he's been the best midfielder I've seen in my life. Now, I can't speak too much on the Lampards and Gerrards and Scholes and these guys because I wasn't alive enough to see them play live. Let's be real. We haven't watched 90 minutes of any of these guys. In your all-time Premier League 11 if he's not in it.
There we go.
Listen, I don't know if I have the mental capacity to answer that question right now.
Okay, then just sit
I
there
don't
and
have a good answer. I don't have a good answer for you right now, but I just don't feel like he's in it. It's more of a gut feeling. If that makes
Here,
sense.
Jacob.
Six Premier
Jacob.
Leagues. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Lando.
I got the stats pulled up, Jacob. Here we go. You ready? Premier League, just in the Premier
There we
League.
go,
This
the
wasn't-
Mr. Stats man, because everything's stat related for this guy. Sorry, continue.
You done?
Yeah, I'm done. Yep.
That time of the month, I get it. Appearances 281, 70 goals, 118 assists, 2 player of the seasons, 6-time Premier League champion.
Are we talking, like in their prime or just overall? Like, are we taking this player at their best season ever, or are we just taking an average of all of their seasons?
It's just like all of the seasons collected in the Prem. Like,
Okay.
I
All
think
right.
that's
it's
what
in
it is.
regardless. I don't care. Either way, he's
Yeah.
in.
Okay. All right. You could
This is
definitely
the
make a
best
case for it.
passer of a ball that I've ever seen in my life.
You know how like Trent has like his trademark, like De Bruyne's trademark was that
Yeah.
in swinging ball coming in and left foot, right foot.
one could. So you think he's a better passer than like Pirlo?
What? What? No,
He's
no,
the
no.
best passer of the ball you've ever seen.
Smitty said that, but that one's up for debate. I'm just saying, think about the
Okay.
name you
All
just
right.
said, though. Think about the name you just said, and this is the comparison, like that De Bruyne is with. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like,
No, I'm just.
no, for De Bruyne, time and time again, all he's done is save City and just win games for them and just be the leader of the title charges. I can't
He's very
see
good.
I can't see a world where he's not in a Premier League greatest 11.
He's single-handedly responsible for about 3 Premier League titles. He's fairly responsible for the treble they won. And I can genuinely say if he wasn't on City's team, I think Arsenal and Liverpool would have had more titles in the past 6 years.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And we
Right,
can
the
have this
championships don't
debate
matter for
about
Jake.
this too. Is City worse now because Rodri's not playing, or is City worse now because Kevin can't move around anymore? I think it's a genuine debate you could have.
I don't know if those are like even the options for why City's bad. Pep just doesn't know what to do with this team. Like I think he's just lost the plot. Like there was no threat today in the game against United. The most exciting thing was the Marmouche volley because I don't know about you guys, but the connection he had on that, I was like, how did you even get that shot power when you're falling back? But there's really nothing in City's attack, especially since Haaland's out too. Like, where's the threat coming from?
This tweet summed it up perfectly. It says Pep can either A, evolve to become more complete as a coach by accepting that City will not dominate games via control and via counter-pressing and put more tactical emphasis on defending deep and signing more physical profiles, or B, rebuild with total control in mind like he has been for the last 10 years. Other than that, he has no other options. They're stuck in the mud. And if KDB is passing the baton to this version of Phil Foden, they're genuinely in trouble.
Nah, that baton's got some stains on it, bro. I don't, that baton to Foden is not the KDB one. It can't be.
It's like running the 4x100 and you hand it off to the last guy running and Foden gets about 6 steps down the track and he just drops the baton. But the good news is Odegaard's standing next to him and he dropped the baton too. So someone else is going to finish in front of him. It's all good. And Cole Palmer, he might make it 7 steps, but he's also going to he's also dropping the baton. So someone's going to have to take the baton over the line. We need a number 10 in the Premier League that can carry somebody. We need it. We need it at a Big Six club. Because right now we have none.
What do we call Bruno Fernandes?
Not a Big Six club.
That's fair.
Brutal.
You're right though. You're right. He's been the best one of them all.
One could
Yeah.
say having him in the best 11.
The best 11 so far this
Yeah.
season. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's making a
Wasn't
better
such a-
case now.
Wasn't such a crazy shout after all.
No, it was absolutely insane, and I
Yeah, well,
stand
I'm more of
1000%
a
on that.
I'm more of a future. I can tell what's going to happen in the future. So
Really? So
yeah,
I have a
I don't
question for you
know.
then.
yeah. Tell me, ask me anything.
Well, does Man City make top 5 this season?
I'm being blocked
Top
by negative
five?
energy from Lando.
Top
For
five?
reference, they are
Top
fifth right now.
5?
I mean, no one wants to get top 5, even though it's going to be Champions League this year for the spots. Because Bournemouth was on that run. We're all like, they can make a charge. They said, no, we're not
Nope.
doing that. Like, Aston Villa is Smitty's favorite before. They're probably the closest to making a top 4. Newcastle, like, I don't know if anyone really wants Champions League footy. Like, that's what it seems like to me.
Well, Newcastle want to keep their best player, so I think they probably want it as badly as anyone else.
Uh,
City should want it, because if City don't get it, I don't know how they're going to be able to spend the amount of money they'll need to fix their team.
yeah.
But City in
Are they in the
Europa
Club World
League,
Cup?
yeah, City in Europa League would be hilarious, though.
I would tune in every single game just because it's Europa League. Oh my gosh, that'd make my day.
They'd make it look way too easy, though.
There's just no way Chelsea's staying in fourth.
Well,
You don't think?
you never know. But like Kenny said, I don't know if there's anyone else that's better than Chelsea. Like in that
So I'm,
position. Like City
yeah,
aren't any better.
mhm.
Newcastle aren't, Villa aren't, Brighton, I don't know what they're doing. Bournemouth, I think they have 2 points in their last 9 games. It's a sad sight out there.
It's
We
so
went from one of
sad.
It went from one of the most deep battles from like 3 to 10 to just being a stinker in that area. And somehow Spurs and United can't crack the top 10, which is probably the most embarrassing part of the season for both of them.
Well, with United, just like a little bit about the game, the most important or like the funniest thing to me was I don't know if you guys saw the Ugarte chance on the volley, but when it happened, it hit a fan in the nuts. And honestly, that's all I got because both both teams were just like lackluster. Like I blame more City for that because they should be more on the emphasis and like trying to win, but United played exactly how you expect United to do against a bigger team. Like they are prepared, they
Big
knew what to
game.
do. They love a big
Love
game.
a big game.
So
Respect.
yeah, I mean, such a low key, just such a waste of time. Like I was actually so mad after the game because there was nothing to it. But yeah,
I'll never
any
get that 90 minutes back.
that's what I'm saying. Any final thoughts?
That's why I didn't watch it. I knew it was gonna be a stinker.
Yeah, that's why. That's. I'm sure for you, that's why you didn't watch.
Brother, from season 1 to season 3, some things never changed, and that's me watching soccer.
But
Okay,
but something that did change. Do you want to talk about your Sunday league real quick? Because that's probably more interesting than what we saw with this United derby.
Oh yeah, it was great. Season starts at the end of April, so our team captain organized some scrimmages. Last weekend did not go great. Coming off defending the title, you got newish team trying to figure everything out. Missed a pen first 15 minutes of the game. My head was gone ever since then.
Raya should have been
You
in.
missed a pen.
Yeah, it wasn't great. I asked
Well, that's not a
almost
championship
everyone on
winning
the
team.
team
Who's
like
letting
who
you
wants to
step
take
up
it.
to take a pen in the first place?
I tried to give it away, and everyone's like, "You got fouled, you take it." I was like, "All right." Ball was a little flat though. Like there's a lot of reasons why I didn't go in, but
The ball being
I,
flat. Okay.
it
All right.
wasn't fully pumped up. But
Mm-hmm.
today bounced back, had a nice little round robin with like some lower division teams. Playing in center midfield, so you guys know how bad I am at center midfield.
I think
They
you're pretty
weren't
good at it.
they weren't there for Dayton.
They weren't there.
They weren't there.
I
How many
almost scored, hit
crossbars
the
did you
post
hit?
a lot. I had a lot of posts and crossbars in my day, but outside back in form, 2 goals, 1 assist. I'll take it. I mean, it's against Division 3 team. You can't get too prideful in it, but you gotta take the
And you're
cookies when they come.
still running up and down that flank at 32. I'd say you take
Yeah.
a lot of pride in that.
Yeah, it's crazy how in shape I was for right back, but I'll do less running in midfield, and I'm gassed.
That's
It's
the
a completely different type of fitness, bro.
only thing you can get me running for is, big ol' burger and French fries. That
Thought you were gonna say
How
something
about a
else.
Frenchie's
God.
burrito, huh? How far would you
Yeah.
run for a Frenchie's burrito?
I
a
would
Frenchie's
sprint like
burrito.
my life depended on it.
Shoot.
Oh my gosh. To
Still have
relive a Frenchie's burrito. Oh man.
This was the only burrito that was so good I only dare ate it once, because going back would ruin that experience. There's just nothing. There's no more peak than that first experience.
Benny, do you remember the Southside Deli on Carson Street?
place is good.
Remember, I can still
What a
taste it.
spot. What a spot. What a spot.
Oh, what a spot! Right within walking distance, to where if you drove, you kind of felt, fat and out of shape. But it was just
If you
long enough
drove.
to
Oh,
you drove to that deli.
You drove
You had a
It's
2
3
blocks?
streets away.
yeah, yeah. So you know what I mean by if you drive, then you don't feel very good about yourself.
Were you ever like, "Oh, like, I'm already out, I'm gonna stop there," or you physically like, "I'm at home, I just wanna get a sandwich, I'm gonna drive there and come back." There's a difference.
Well, I think there's been times where you just need a sandwich right now, and the quickest way to do that is get in your car and drive down the street.
Okay, you answered my question, thank you.
I think
I think that place needed to be open late night.
no,
That place
I don't
needed to
know,
be open
man.
late night. Yes, late night
Mhm.
after the
I would have
bars.
woke up in that deli.
Tell me somewhere I can buy a Reuben sandwich at 2 a.m. There's nowhere. Maybe Arby's, but that doesn't count.
I think
You want
it's
the meats?
great. Yeah, that would get them running.
Probably good meats over at Arby's.
Running for the meats.
It's still the craziest thing that you went through all of college, literally just $5 in your gas tank. Just lived with $5 in your gas tank all college.
Yeah,
You
it's called
filled up
saving money.
you filled up pretty much every day though. Like it made no sense.
Well, like Lando, think about it.
It's
He's only going to the to the deli. So how much gas are you really?
Well, this is
I
also
mean,
coming
if I
from the guy.
filled my tank up all the way, that gas would have been expired by the time I needed to.
Expired.
This is coming from the guy who's had multiple car issues where I've had to wake up at 6:30 in the morning and come power his car for him.
I've never had you
You
wake up at
said
6:30 in the morning for me ever.
The gas was good.
The gas was expired though.
He broke down
How
in the
about
gas
when our
station.
friend rode his bike across the bridge in the snow with his jeans
You don't
on?
remember this?
Lando didn't bring him to practice
To
that
be
day.
fair, listen, usually anything that went wrong usually had Mucky's name behind it. I think Logan drove my car till it ran out of gas. Because he wrongfully assumed I had more than $5 in the tank.
Well, I feel like speaking of wrongfully assumed, there is just one moment in the Prem we can go to here. The Arsenal Everton game. Now, Lando, I don't know if you saw any highlights or whatever, but did you happen to see Raya's pen or the Everton's pen on Raya?
Nope. I'm looking it up right now. 1 second.
You can take a look there. And I guess
This is the guy who's horrible at penalties, right?
that's your guy. Yeah,
Yep.
that's your guy
Yes.
who's horrible at pens.
Yeah.
And I guess you can make a case of whether it was a pen or not. Personally, I just think Lewis Kelly's just having the toughest of times because he can't catch a break.
Dude, can this guy get? I've never seen so much. I mean, the guy's in the news in the highlights, dude. He's in the highlights, but it's red card, pin. This guy can't not make a terrible decision.
But like for this one, I'm kind of on his side. I don't really think it was a pen, but also I just understand how bad it looks. Like you said, 3 red cards, giving away pens. He plays well, so I just don't know how this keeps happening.
Well, he probably just shouldn't be playing left back. That probably solves the majority of the issues.
You think he should be center mid?
Probably.
I'm just trying to think though. What Tierney at left back?
I mean, they have nothing to lose at this point. You might as well try some things out.
Oh, that's a terrible pen call. I'm sorry, I'm just watching the
Yeah.
highlight. That's really
Yeah.
bad.
Wait till you
I
see
love
the actual penalty.
I love how Foot Mob was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. You know, it's like the description says,
Shut up, Jacob.
Ryan
I just
dives
watched that
early,
penalty.
like left early, trying to psych out his 12-yard opponent. I'm like, he didn't. No, he's just bad.
That is
trying to psych him out.
That
Nice,
is
dude.
horrible. Let me pause this frame by frame.
Fam, if you slow it down, he's literally moving 3 seconds before it gets taken.
Brother,
Like,
Simply rolls the ball into the bottom right-hand corner.
I don't know.
Why couldn't the goalkeeper do that for me? Jeez.
But no,
Oh,
Arsenal clearly
think,
just giving up on. Go ahead.
Did you guys happen to see the Division 3 lacrosse commentary on Twitter this week? I highly recommend you listen to that video too, because it's an all-timer. I know Lando would be worried about when I would commentate the games, but I had never had a
Oh.
stinker like that before. That was an all-timer.
Is this men's or women's lacrosse?
It's men's lacrosse, but they happen to be talking about something that isn't men's lacrosse.
Oh man.
the good old days of being on the ESPN broadcast, Nick. I remember one specifically where it was a women's soccer game and there was like a lightning delay, and then we just stayed on the air for literally 45 minutes talking about Halloween candy and
That's what Lando made the grave mistake of letting me on that mic once. And I went to proceeding I went to call half the women's soccer players the wrong name and accidentally identified them as different sorority girls across campus.
yeah.
No,
Never again.
when you watch this video, it'll remind you of some of our friends. Like, there's 2 people in mind. I can see this happening too when you listen to that audio.
I'll just send it to you
Other-
guys. Hold that.
Yeah, just
send it in a
send
group
it to me.
chat.
That'll be easier.
Another side note, I feel like we should touch on it just slightly. Anyone a NHL fan?
Sure.
Yes. Kenny does
sure-
not do that hockey.
Yeah.
I have a great
But-
jersey though that I can show later.
Yeah, looks great. I mean, he just surpassed the greatest of the great, Alex Ovechkin, getting his 895th goal. Pretty surreal moment. Nick, I don't know if you saw any of the in-game highlights and stuff, but
I mean, they stopped
Electric.
the game to do a ceremony in the middle of the game. Benny, we're gonna have to cut that out. There's no way that can hit the airways. I mean,
Dude, this sounds riveting. Sounds like a couple of guys that definitely played lacrosse.
sounds like some of our teammates. 100%.
God.
That's what I'm saying.
That exact conversation has happened at least 25 times in the locker room. In the 4 years I was in that locker room.
Oh gosh, that's the only downside. No, I mean it's the upside for us.
hey, Benny, I think you ran out of Gatorade. I think you stopped trying to drink it.
Yeah, sorry. My bad.
Kenny, what were the last
Yeah.
words you were trying to speak about Arsenal before I took us
I
down
don't-
another tangent?
To be honest, I don't really know what there is to say about Arsenal in the Prem. I don't know. Like,
Arsenal doesn't know how to take a
Yeah.
What other
Find your
topics do we got today? What else
Yeah,
do we
yeah,
got?
let's-
What do we got?
yeah,
Get us back on track. Get us back on
yeah.
Well,
I
let's
mean,
see. Arsenal sold. Um, what else do we have here? Do we want any words on Nottingham Forest and Villa? Benny, I don't know if you watched that at all.
I didn't watch it. I was a little disappointed, but Aston Villa is good. It is what it is.
Are they
Are we
are they
staying in
top
top
four?
four? I think so. Because can't believe that. I mean, I feel like 1, 2, and 3 is pretty locked up. To be honest, I think the 1, 2, and 3 is going to stay exactly the same.
I'm with you.
I agree.
How many games left? 7.
Yep.
Seven, they'll be
Yep.
fine.
7 games
They'll
left.
be fine.
7. Okay. They just can't drop 4
They got to
points.
get like 15 points. How about that? 15 out of 21. Or maybe
Check
12
their
out
pretty
of
good
upcoming-
21.
Let's check their upcoming
Yeah.
matches here.
At
Everton,
Everton.
that should be money. Nottingham.
The draw.
Or sorry, I just said Nottingham. Tottenham.
That's
City.
a win. That's tough.
They both could be wins.
Brentford, Crystal Palace, Leicester, West Ham.
Yeah, they're
Their
good.
last game
They're
is
fine.
Chelsea. So yeah,
They're fine.
they should be all right.
They're fine.
They should be all right.
They'll have it wrapped up with a couple weeks left.
Yeah.
Oh, fair
Yeah,
enough.
Chris. Yeah. That's good. That's good. All right. I feel confident. In saying that they'll end up 3.
Yeah, I mean they probably should have had 3 or 4 based on the game today. Like they should have put Nottingham to bed early. But what we know about this Nottingham team is that they are going to find a way and just scrap and make it ugly and just do what they need to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean I don't think it really impacts Nottingham at all for the season. So I think it's comfortable there.
Shout
I
out
guess
Morgan Rogers.
Yep, yep. With the coldest of sellies that we haven't seen from Cole Palmer in a while. So, yeah.
All right. Cool. Everyone's squared away with Nottingham. Moving on.
All right, New English accent. Cool, cool, cool.
Moving on.
We can move on here, and I have a question for the group. So, Spurs knocked out the relegation rivals today by beating Southampton, and Southampton's officially the earliest team to get relegated.
Yeah, I
Right?
saw that.
think
Yeah, this is the
that was
worst
the
team
stat.
ever. This is
So-
the worst team I've ever seen in the
that-
Prem.
They are not
Guaranteed.
yet the worst team ever. But
No,
on Spurs'
I've
side,
seen it.
you seen it?
I
They only
use my
need
own
2
eyes.
more
This
points.
is the worst team I've ever seen. Yeah, is that a guarantee that they get 2 points in 7 games?
I'm just saying, I mean, the Lando, the statistic guy over here, is saying if they get 2 more points, they're not the worst team ever. So,
Yeah, but are they actually going to get 2 points?
I genuinely think Wrexham could come up and do a better job than Southampton did this season.
Yeah, it was
all right, well, let
embarrassing.
me check the rest of Southampton's games.
No, I don't even know if you want
No,
to.
we don't need to do that. We don't
Yeah,
need to do that.
Yeah, my question for you guys, because Southampton excluded, has Spurs been the most disappointing team this season?
You could probably say that.
Like, there's a few contenders, but
You
the
could
fact
probably
that
say, I mean, you could say City's been pretty disappointing.
yeah,
Like, from expectations to what they're doing.
exactly,
Like, did anyone expect Tottenham to really do much?
kind of. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I mean, like, realistically.
I
Well,
would
what's-
say it's between United, Spurs, City,
No, not United.
and West Ham. And West Ham being in 16th is also an absolute stinker. But
Stinker.
it is. It does have to be Spurs for me because. But I will say this: the advantage they have compared to how bad United has been is United haven't had the injury issues that Spurs have had. I mean, Spurs have had more injury problems than Arsenal have, which is saying a lot.
I mean, this
because
isn't a question of
Arsenal
who's
have gotten
worse. I mean,
killed
no
by
one
injuries.
expected United to do anything. So I would say they're kind of out of this conversation.
I don't know. They kept their manager from last year because they thought they were going to get better.
Yeah, but no. Yeah, well, you know.
Everyone I feel like expected United to do like a 7th or 8th, right? Is that fair? And
Sure.
now
Say so.
it's 14th. Spurs?
That's pretty bad.
Spurs? Yeah, that's bad.
They're
Spurs, I
13th.
feel like people were saying they could challenge for top 4, like a 4th, 5th place, and now they're in the situation they're in. So that's why I think Spurs has been the most disappointing team. But there's some cases for other teams.
I mean,
How much?
if you just look at the narrative around Ange, I mean, it's an absolute disgrace. It's just, I mean, he's completely
This got
lost it. His head's
this
gone.
guy's got the longest rope I've
Did you
ever
see the
seen.
last game when like he was like shushing the crowd after they thought they equalized against Chelsea?
Yeah, yelling for disallowed goals, going
Yeah.
at it with reporters. Like this is when the downfall's near. I'm telling you, Ange will be next. He'll be in the hoodie on the sideline soon. It's coming.
I
Just
mean,
wait.
I
Hoodie and
bet.
sweats.
I don't need a crystal ball to to know that it's going downhill quick. It's kind of been going downhill.
How badly do you think Spurs fans miss Harry Kane?
Oh, this I don't even know if this is a Harry Kane issue.
You know what
Like
I think's
how
worse is that they sold Harry Kane for 100 million and they have nothing to show for it with that 100 million that they sold him for. Like you would have thought they would have got some good players out of this deal and been like, "Oh, we got a lot of money. Let's get some help." Nah, nothing to show for it. Team still
well, it's like
stinks.
they're taking that money and they're signing like 20-year-olds. And like I know it's a whole project thing, but if you actually want to get success with your signings, you should probably have more established players, people who have done this before that are proven. So, yeah, I don't want to keep seeing Human Son doing step overs that are in like point 0.5 slow mo and like I'm over it. Like I'm over
Poor
it.
guy.
Yeah, such a nice guy it seems, but
Great guy. Great
it's
guy. I haven't met him personally, but you
You
know,
hate to see a
seems like a
legend
great guy.
leave, but sometimes they need to leave for somebody better. And I think Saudi is calling his name. Actually, I am calling Saudi and saying, "Do you guys
yeah.
want him?"
But yeah, that was Spurs. They beat Southampton, but I don't think it really matters. Smitty, we've been avoiding it a little bit. We can jump over to your team. What's going on, man? When was the
Yeah,
last time Liverpool played
really.
well?
The boat's shaking.
Um, Genuinely, I
Who's
think
rocking it?
they're just drunk and they don't care because they know they're not going to get caught. So I think they just don't care. I think that's it.
Yeah,
Taking the
And
human.
and playing the same 11 every single week, having it being game like 50 of the season has not helped any matters to that.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like Van Dyke is just making errors that we haven't really typically seen. Robertson is Robertson. I'm not too surprised because what he did today,
This is up there with one of
bringing
the
back the Kirkes. Yeah,
this is up there with one of the fastest fall offs I can remember. This is Fabinho level fall off. This is one season that's just straight downhill, straight in the gutter.
yeah, yeah. So I don't know what's going on. I didn't like see too much of it, but like, is Salah over it? Like,
Nah,
did
you
he
don't
do
care.
anything?
He's got his player of the season wrapped up in his golden boot wrapped up. He don't care either.
Yeah. Do you? Well, I saw them like kind of like yelling at each other and stuff. Do you think it's like a toxic environment going on right now?
I don't
Because
know. I mean,
you're gonna win the league, but like it just seems like there's a lot of extra stuff going on. Like
yeah, I would say they were playing this way before that mentality kicked in. Because like during the Champions League, a little bit, you know what I'm saying? They were still kind of playing like that. I would say their heads were still in the game for that. This has kind of
PSG.
been a steady drop off. I
Yeah,
would say yes. Now that makes sense. That narrative, as you know, I'm a master of the human condition,
of
and
course.
one could say that them getting complacent does probably happen. But I'd say this is a steady drop off from the Champions League too.
It just seems deflated, I guess.
Yeah, Salah didn't do anything in both the PSG games.
Yeah.
I would
And
say he hasn't
What's
done
that all
anything in
about?
4 weeks. He's old.
Yeah.
He's gassed.
Well,
He's
he
32.
did
He
carry
gave
a,
us his
yeah.
all for 30 league games, and now he can rest. I respect it. Now, if Arsenal were closer, I'd be scared a little bit, but I'm not. They're too far away.
Yeah, it's just weird because it doesn't like it feels like they're obviously going to win the Prem, but it just doesn't feel joyous.
I mean, I think everyone has just finally watched our podcast, and when I said the way you stop Salah is by standing in front of him, people finally listened.
That's what Anthony Robinson did.
Yeah, I just stood in front of him.
That's the insight that they took. Got
Last
it.
PSG sat in the locker room. Our podcast was on. They heard me say, "Just stand in front of them." They're like, "That's it."
Nah, Nuno Mendes took something before those two games. That was disrespectful what he was doing to Salah. But
Oh man,
not yeah, but I guess like Liverpool lost, but it doesn't really matter anymore. Like I don't know if there's any other final takes. I just feel like personally, with all like the outside stuff going on, like the whole Trent situation and whatnot, and like whatever, it could just be causing some not turmoil, not the word, but if people know they're on the
Uncertainty.
transfer list, uncertainty, yeah, just a lot of stuff going on, which is kind of messing up the Premier League like ride to the top. But
Well, there's a lot of them that know they're leaving, so
that's exactly. But um, keeping it on that game real quick, Anthony Robinson did have a question for you guys. Is it too late for him to make a move to a bigger club, or is he just going to be a Fulham legend for his career?
yes, stay where
why
you
would you
are.
say it's too late?
What is he,
Stay where you are.
27, 28?
7. Stay where you are. Keep being
I
one of their
mean,
best players.
I mean, he's pretty athletic. I mean, I think he could. He's the type of guy that could be in his prime till 32. He could have. I mean,
I
I
don't
think he could
know.
go.
I've
A
seen a
lot of
lot of
running.
I've seen a lot of fullbacks that do running like that, and
Yeah, it's a young man's
that
game,
fall
that's
off
for
saying.
sure.
comes.
It's a
or we're
young man's
talking to
game.
our 32-year-old right now who understands.
Yeah,
I mean,
Lando gets
speed
it.
dies down after a while. It's just. I mean, I could see him going to like a Newcastle or
I mean, you get the call. You're go.
Aston Villa,
Or do you think he's not going?
maybe. I feel like he's not like a top club, but like he might take a step up. But like Fulham's right there in the middle of the pack, so I don't know. He may not think that makes sense.
Yeah, it's just interesting because they've been saying, or like we've seen, he's been one of the best left backs in the Prem. So I just feel like if you're gonna be that, why be at Fulham?
I agree.
Now, I don't know what team it would be that picks him up in the Premier League, but I'm not sure.
I mean, it wouldn't be City, it wouldn't be Chelsea.
You
I mean,
I
United
just
could
don't
do
know
with
where
someone.
else he's
Not
gonna go.
Arsenal.
I just don't know where he's gonna go.
Yeah,
Like Newcastle have Lewis Hall. Liverpool aren't gonna sign him because he's too old. City don't need him. Chelsea don't need him. Spurs don't need him. United, it doesn't really fit the system. Just stay Fulham. Keep playing. That's what the U.S. national team needs. Is just guys that play 90 minutes every week.
minutes. Yeah,
And
Yeah,
if
that's
they're
true.
comfortable, they're comfortable. Like that's why I've been advocating for the last month that Matt Turner needs to get his ass to the MLS so he can play 40 games a year and be ready for the World Cup.
Now you're sounding like Landon Donovan. You been stepping on his podcast?
Is that what he was saying? Because if he
No,
was,
I
he's
feel
That's
right.
like
this whole thing.
I think he was talking about that with like Gio Reyna and stuff, and that's when we're like, shut up. But Matt
No,
Turner,
I think
Yeah,
for
he's
that
right.
it's different. I think for a goalkeeper, it's different. Like a
Yeah, it
goalkeeper
is. No,
playing in the
I
Prem
agree
and
with
playing
you.
in the
I was just stirring
MLS,
the
you
pot.
just need to play.
yeah.
You do. I mean, he makes it's for anybody. I mean, again, if
Mhm.
you're not playing, you need to play. So
I hear it.
100 IQ.
You said
what's that
what?
over there, Lando?
It's a 100 IQ from you.
High IQ move. Thank you.
It's definitely what he said. Kenny,
Yeah.
what else you got for us? What else you got for us?
Well, no, I mean we can wrap it up on this final topic here. So I know that like obviously the season isn't as interesting anymore, just like no title race, like relegation's kind of already set. Top four, it's close, but I think this all kind of correlates with like the amount of games that are being played and just how like burnt out people are or like players are these days. Do you think there's a problem with just the overload of a schedule? Like, should should there be should there be games taken back or like more of a rest? And I'm only saying this just because I feel like there's so much footy going on now that like you don't even get to miss it. And now there's like all these injuries. Like, is there a problem with the amount of games being played?
Probably.
Probably, but nothing's gonna change because there's way too much money involved, and that rules everything in every single sport.
What would it
I'm
take
just
though
I'm just
for
waiting.
something to change?
Nothing. Nothing's going to
Executives not
change it.
wanting money.
Yeah, like nothing's gonna change it. Wait till the outlash comes when they start playing Prem games in America. That's gonna be the nail in the coffin of people being pissed off. And I think in the next 5 years we'll probably see like a Premier League weekend in America, like the NFL does
They're
in
already
other
doing it, like in
countries.
Atlanta, and aren't they?
No,
I
those
think
are
that's
like preseason
preseason,
games.
but
Yeah, that's preseason.
Oh, it's a preseason.
like
Okay,
I
yeah,
I
that
think it
makes
will
sense.
genuinely happen. Like
Oh,
it
100% it
won't be
will.
long.
There's
And
money
that
in
I don't agree with at
America.
all. But what's going to stop?
Yeah, yeah, but even it's just so annoying because even with tournaments like this Club World Cup, why are we even having it like so soon after the season? Like, there's no need. There's
Why
no
are we even
need.
having it?
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like,
like,
Because the winner gets $100 million, and everyone
good lord.
participating is going to get like at least 30 million. The prize pool's like over $1 billion. That's why they're having it.
Yeah,
yeah, I'm not a fan at all. Like, I just feel like there's so much congestion in the schedule. There's just so much footy being played, and it's like, how are they going to have a break? How are people actually going to be invested in these games again? Because if they keep flying, like, and they just keep going, like, it's just gonna get to a point where it's like oversaturated. Saturated.
Like
Yeah.
if if you were, it doesn't really work with City and Chelsea because it doesn't matter. But if you were Arsenal or Liverpool and you knew that winning the Club World Cup you'd get $100 million, I bet both of those clubs would be like, yeah, we'd play.
They'd go
It'd
for
be
it.
worth it, probably. Because you get 100 million for spending another 2 weeks of playing. Like,
Yeah.
and if Chelsea and City win it, it doesn't matter because they spend whatever regardless.
They're gonna spend regardless.
But there's
But
clubs that will die for that prize pot, and the players will
They will
die
put
too from playing for it. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because if you just get another 2 weeks out of Andrew Robertson, you have 100 million to replace him. So it doesn't matter if the players die doing it. It's irrelevant.
Wonder
yeah,
who's funding that tournament.
I mean, deeper, darker criminal links is my theory.
It's
But
oil money.
yeah, but yeah, that's all I got because Premier League, it's tough these days. Like we're looking for something, but
It's
it's
like
just
the last 2 seasons of a show that's been on for like 10 seasons. You know, the story's wrapped up. We all know what's happening. They're just finishing the story. They're wrapping everything up.
They're killing off characters and bringing
They're
in new
killing
ones.
off characters.
Oh,
You
that's
know.
why
Not the
Mucky's
time.
not here.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert!
Yeah.
Spoiler alert! Muck has decided not to come back.
New
He's
poll.
exploring other
After
options.
each episode, we'll put out a poll. The worst performer on the pod gets cut before
All
there's
right.
only one left.
Yeah.
Nice knowing you, boys. If you don't see me next week, you know why.
But no, since it's like end of the season, we're gonna have some fun topics that I can't wait for. There's gonna be some goalkeeper talks, some manager talks, some forward talks, but that'll be later on in this season. Any final thoughts before we wrap this up, boys?
Where should I eat? As you know, I'm quite
Order a
peckish right now.
Frenchie's burrito
The deli.
on Uber Eats, and it will cost about $800 to get it delivered. But somebody will bring it.
Dude,
For
Sounds like
breakfast
you're-
tomorrow, you will have a Frenchie's burrito on your doorstep.
Yeah.
Sounds like you're in a Taco Bell mood.
dude, I would absolutely manhandle a Baja Blast right now.
Would
'Cause
you
I
get
took my
there
nap.
though? With the
I was gonna say,
$5 of gas.
I'm not sure he can
See,
drive his
I'm
car
a
right
man
now.
now. I'm a man. Okay.
He might get a
I put it. I can. No, I would not. But I keep $20 of gas in my car now because I'm a grown ass man.
Yeah,
Talk
that
your talk.
$15
Yeah.
$15
Yeah,
increase.
I've been treating Terry the Tiguan pretty nice. I just got her detailed. She's looking clean.
Clean and pristine.
What's the theory behind not just filling it up every time? I need the why can't you
Well,
just
it's
fill
really
it up?
more of a time thing. Like I hate pumping gas, so it takes just so much time to like pump a full.
So
I'm
you'd
just sitting
rather
there.
go to the gas station twice as
Listen,
often
I'm not.
so you
Listen,
can
I'm not
save
disagreeing.
30 seconds.
I'm not disagreeing with the logic behind this statement. Okay, I'm just saying humans are naturally illogical beings.
Look at what
I have
Mike
another
just said.
question. I have another question. So when you go to pump up your gas, do you just stand outside the whole time, or do you go into the store and grab like some food or something?
Well, I just
That's not
I've been
legal.
recently picking up. I've been picking up some of those trolley Sour Patch like worms, gummy worms. Greatest candy right now. I go through my ups and downs with candy, but whew, a little chewy, a little sour.
Okay, that didn't answer my question, but I'm glad you.
I didn't hear your question.
So when you go to pump up your gas, you
Okay.
drive on in, you park, start pumping your gas. Do you just stand outside, and then once you put the $20 in, and then you leave, or you go into the store afterwards and grab some?
I
grab
wouldn't go.
gummy
If I was
bears?
going into the store, I would go in while it's pumping. But usually I'm not doing that unless I'm feeling peckish.
Okay.
This is a terrible conversation.
No, yeah,
Imagine-
it's very terrible logic from you, but I get it.
Yeah, I'm not very.
Imagine
I'm not-
back in 2022, you're the owner of the Southside BP, and you look out the back window and you just see college kids throwing up on the pavement behind the BP because they're jumping on the roof, grilling burgers, and throwing.
Dude. All I'm saying is that man, the owner of that BP, which I assume he was at my graduation because he knew me so well. When he saw I was graduating, he was on his hands and knees because he was losing just the best customer. The best customer. There's nobody in Pittsburgh that spent more money at that BP than me.
Your house was
Potentially
in there so much.
I mean, it was right next door. We were the closest house to that PP.
I mean,
Snacks.
one of your house members was showing up to training with empanadas and hot dogs off the roller in that BP.
I mean,
So-
listen, if you're in a pinch and you need a little nutrition, you could always go in there. It's just such a reliable arm to catch yourself on. You're a little hungry. It's 2 a.m. roller dog. It's 5 a.m. You're a little hungry. Roller dog.
Benny, have you ever grabbed one of the cans of chili inside that BP and made yourself a little Skyline dog before trading?
Before trading is crazy.
Listen,
He's thinking about it.
I know what you think of
Before
me.
trading is crazy.
I know what you think of me, but I've never gone that low before. I do draw a line. Okay. Before trading
Now,
is
if any
diabolical.
members of your house have tried that, though,
You know who I live with. You never put anything past those guys. Holy crap. God, that's foul.
That is foul. No, that's foul.
Oh.
But I'm Kenny. That's Smitty. That's Benny. That's Lando. Another episode of Remotely Related in the books. Like, comment, subscribe, all that. And we will talk to you soon. Peace.